Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode in our Out of the Park Baseball 25 Montreal Expos expansion series. We're in the playoffs. We're going to lead right off of that. We're in the playoffs. We're going to take a look at statistics for the end of the season. Then we're going to play our playoff game. So quickly, let's take a look at the playoffs. We'll go over to the playoff tree. We can see that Montreal and Boston were the two wild cards. You got Baltimore, Minnesota, Seattle, and Tampa. They won their divisions. Over here we got LA and St. Louis. Then if I had to venture a guess, Atlanta and Chicago won their respective. No, Atlanta and New York maybe. Actually, we'll just take a look. It's tough because we got the reimagined divisions. New York, Milwaukee, Los Angeles, St. Louis. Okay. Atlanta and Chicago were the two wild cards. So that is what the playoffs look like. It's a one-game wild card right here. So that's why we're just going to play right through it. Pitching staff, you can see here are the full stats for where everyone wound up. Puck did struggle a little bit in the month of September. He actually picked it up overall. It was a tough season for him with the injury and then got off to a slow start. Spencer Howard was pretty terrible, but Gill and Ferguson played really well for us. Kumar Rocker picked it up. He was a good pitcher this year, topped out almost 170 strikeouts. Cease topped 200 for us. Valencia was good for the playoffs. Unfortunately, we did not get to rest any of our top pitchers, so it's going to be Palencia as the wild card game starter. Not going to be Cease or Rocker. Rocker would have been a pretty good choice too. Palencia is probably my number 3. But here we go. Feel free to take a look closer at anyone you want. For the playoff roster, this is how we are lining up. We do have a couple injuries. So Harry Ford out for another week, Seager out for a day. If we win this game, both will be back for the division series. You can see Condon ended very well for a rookie, 4 WAR, 29 homers. Glaber broke the 20 mark for homers. Blaze Alexander, 3 WAR, did really well, 339 OBP. Ellie, 9.6 WAR, 36 stolen bases, 58 home runs. Ellie was a monster for us. I think he's going to be a runaway MVP. Chris Bryant, 2.7 WAR, ended the season pretty strong. We're happy with how he did. Bellinger was much better the second half. Evan Carter was fantastic, 26 homers, 37 stolen bases, 387 OBP, and 5.4 WAR. And Adolis, 4.5 WAR, 44 homers, 23 stolen bases. Player development, no real boomers for us. Braswell's still looking really well. Randy Palmer comes in at number 7. Holiday number 19, although he hasn't developed at all really, which is a little bit of a concern for me. Roselle Shepard comes in, 104. Tyler Bremer, 117. He might be in the majors for us next year. Kyle Johnson's looking pretty well. Then you guys can just see some of the names here, also in our top 20. Let's take a look quick at league stats. Acuna, Ellie 1 off for 150 RBIs. Acuna for OBP. Langford for slugging. Langford for OPS. Langford's second to Ellie in quite a few stats. I'm going to feel pretty bad for Wyatt Langford. Langford 8.4 WAR. No one topped 200 hits. Langford got 199. Langford got 135 runs. Carson Williams 240 strikeouts. Corbin Carroll leads with 43 stolen bases. Acuna is a 40-40 club member. Good for him. Pitching, yes, Snell for ERA, Nola for wins. Matt Sauer tops 20 losses. Clase 48 saves. Schultz and Jared Jones. We got Jordan Montgomery. Unfortunately, Colorado's AL now, so I don't think he has a case for the Cy Young, but that'll be interesting to see. Tiedemann, 264 Ks. I think Schultz is going to be the AL Cy Young, and I think it's going to be not super close. But here's everything. Ferguson for holds. Pepe ends up allowing 47 home runs. But without further ado, let's get into the meat and potatoes. We're playing the playoffs. I'm going to show you guys live sim as far as we get. If we lose this first game here, it's going to be a pretty quick episode. If we make the World Series, we might be here for 20 minutes. So without further ado, we're going to advance one day. Seager's going to come off the IL. Seager's going to come off the IL. Let's see. If it lets us put him in, we're gonna put him in. If it doesn't, we are just gonna roll with what we've got. Let's see. If it lets me, am I able to make the change? Jaron Duran. Corey Seager. Awesome. Seager is back. So Seager's back. Seager is going to take third base from Glaber. Seager is going to take third base from Glaber. Glaber is going to go third. Glaber is going to go DH. Glaber is going to go pinch hit. And Glaber is going to go first base. Same thing here. Actually, we're going to move Glaber into that DH spot. Brenton Doyle's going to go out. Adolis is there. And we're going to go Brenton. And we're going to go Brenton. That's what we're looking at. I'm not going to mess with the order. Seager's going to bat wherever he was batting. Let's rock and roll. So here it is. We're going to do what we always do. I want to make sure the sound, I know that in a couple of the past episodes the sound has been really just insanely loud for you guys. So hopefully this is better. Feel free to let me know if it is not. We're going to return to the game. We're up first, so we're going to play this top of the first for us. Here we go. It's our first ever playoff game for the Montreal Expos rebirth. Evan Carter in our first at bat. Checks his swing, ball 4. Gets on base. Hopefully they send him. Let's see. Condon is going to fly out. No stolen base there. Bellinger time. Belly strikes out. Now it's Ellie time. Come on, Ellie. Send one. Ellie's going to fly out to center field, and that is the top of the first. So we're going to do what we always do. We're going to simulate now to the 7th, and we're going to see how things go. We have a run. We're still no-hitting them through 2. We have, okay, 4-0, 4-2, 7-2, 7-2. Oh, we are, oh, that was a bad inning. We're going to go right to the 9th. Top 9, let's see if we can pad our lead just a little bit. Evan Carter, that's going to get down. That's a double. Hear the fans booing them a little bit because they are the home team. We're the wild card. Pass ball. Carter's going to get the base. Come on, Charlie Condon. He got a solo home run today. He's got solo home run, and that's gonna be a double. I thought it might have a chance to get out of there, but it seemed to be a little short off the bat. That's a triple. He went for 3. And now the fans are booing. You can really hear the fans booing now. Hell yeah, Charlie Condon. Bellinger fly out to center. Condon tag up. Condon, you should be scoring on that. Yeah, he's scoring. All right, we got a 4-run lead going to the bottom of the 9th. Could be more. Ellie's 0 for 3. Ellie is 0 for 4. Ellie beats it out. It's pretty much a bunt. Strike 3 for Adolis. Blaze Alexander. Ellie's going. Come on, Blaze. Striking out, yeah. Cuts in an 0-2 count. You got a pretty good idea that he's going down. Caleb Ferguson is staying in the game to finish it off with the 4-run lead. First batter is a ground out to first base. Second batter is Randy Arozarena, and it's a walk. That's fine. We got a fly out here for the third batter. 2 down. We're up 4. Only 1 runner on. We're winning this game. We are moving on to the divisional round. There's a fly out to left field, and it is in Chris Bryant's glove, and we have the win. Let's go. We won the wild card game. We're moving on to the division series. Let's see what we can do in that one. So we're not going to play every game in this one, of course. We will play elimination games. So let's get going. Let's see. A couple players retiring here. Oh, I wanted to show you. Charlie Condon won the AL batting title. Acuna won for the NL. Here are some guys retiring. No one super noteworthy here for us. No one that really did much of anything for us. Like they didn't do a single thing for us. Playoff tree, we have advanced. Boston has advanced. Both wildcards beat both division winners. Bellinger's fine. That's going to be a day-to-day. Strained rib cage. Not super concerned about that. Playoff tree, we can see Atlanta and Chicago won. Every single wildcard team won. Okay, let's do this. 3 days, 3 games, all at Baltimore, I believe. No, okay, no. We got more than 3 games. Is that best of 5 all at the other team? We may have to take a look at the playoffs there. Those are all at Baltimore. We're going to have to take a look at the playoffs. It's our first time in them, so it's the first time I've really taken a deep look at them. I am going to adjust that for next season. Let's see, it's going to be a best of 5, I would have to assume. Harry Ford's eligible to come back, but we can't make the change mid-series. Pepiot's got a dead arm, that is fine. Let's take another one here. Alright, game 5 at Baltimore. We are going to jump into play. Dylan Cease is on the mound. Let's see, as we can see over here, Minnesota swept Boston. Alright guys, let's do this thing. Top of the first in Baltimore. 2-2. This is the deciding game. Pitcher-friendly conditions, winds blowing in from right. They got Corbin Burns on the mound. This is year 3 Corbin Burns, not year 1, so hopefully not as dominant. Got a fly out to start the game. Charlie Condon up. Charlie Condon strikes out. Charlie Condon down. Cody Bellinger up to the plate now. Bellinger with a base hit. Yeah, okay. A single to keep the first inning alive. If anything, it's just going to drive Corbin Burns' pitch count up, and I am all for that. Ellie De La Cruz right here, grounds out. That is going to be the top of the first. So let's advance. 3 runs in the second. Heck yeah. Dylan Cease having a commanding outing on the mound right now. Dylan Cease, is he about to throw a complete game shutout to win the series? Let's see. We're up 3, so we're playing with house money right now. Chris Bryant's going to get a single, going to get on base. That's awesome. Corey Seager up to the plate. Walker Buehler comes in to try and keep their hopes alive. Did Corey Seager just take him yard? Corey Seager takes his former teammate, Walker Buehler. They've won a World Series together. Seager takes him yard to put us up by 5 runs in the top of the 9th. Hell yeah, Corey Seager. That is incredible. We have a ground out here. Heck yeah, they bring Walker Buehler in and Seager tags him to go yard. That's awesome. And that's going to be it. We're going to have a 5-run lead heading into the bottom of the 9th in an elimination game. If we win this, we're off to the ALCS. Who do we got on the mound? I didn't take the time to look. Whoever it is, it's Dylan Cease still. Dylan Cease going for the complete game shutout. Gets the ground out. Cease is back up. Gets the strikeout. 1 out away from a complete game shutout in an elimination game. Dylan Cease gets it. Dylan Cease comes to play. Pitches all 9 innings, holds them to 0 runs. It's a 3-hit shutout with 6 Ks. We're going on to the ALCS. Here we can see Adolis Garcia goes 4 for 4 with a home run. Cease only throws 104 pitches. Hell yeah, boys. That is awesome. That's what we're talking about. We're in the ALCS. You can see we just got a couple achievements there. One more day here. One more day here. There we go. So it's going to be us against Minnesota. Blaze Alexander was the series MVP. Matt Wallner was the MVP for the Twins. Mookie Betts for the Dodgers as they take down the Braves. And Moises Ballesteros for the Cubbies as they take down the Cardinals. So one thing that we have to do, we have to bring Harry Ford in. So it's going to be a drop of Eliezer Alfonso. It's going to be the call up of Harry Ford. And then we just got to adjust over here super quick. Harry Ford in right there. Harry Ford, you're going to slide to the A spot over there. Got to make sure Serta's still there. Got to make sure Serta is there. And we are good to advance. So we got Montreal against Minnesota. We got LA against Chicago. Minnesota takes game 1. Minnesota takes game 2. Kyle Lewis is back, but we're not going to bring him in. We're going to keep Pepiot in the rotation because I'm not super concerned about him being down for 3 days. He showed if we get swept, we get swept. But if we force a game 5, he's back. We got 3 home games in a row here. We're down 3-0. I think the historic run is going to come to a close in the ALCS for us here. We stay alive 3-1. And that's it. 4-1. We are down. We got Minnesota against Chicago coming up in the World Series. Royce Lewis takes Series MVP. As you can see over here, Seager, Ford, Alexander, and Carter all kind of disappeared for us. Pitching-wise, it looks as though some of the starters didn't come to play. Palencia struggled, was out after just 1 2/3 innings. Kamar Rocker did pretty well. Pepiot threw 1 game, did pretty well. Cease struggled a little bit, yeah. That's okay. We did what we had to do. We got to the ALCS. It's farther than we've ever been. It's the first time in the playoffs where it's at the ALCS. So I will take it. Cubbies sweep the Dodgers. Seiya Suzuki, Series MVP. We're at the World Series. Let's advance. I'll get you guys the World Series winner in this episode. Game 1, Minnesota. Game 1, Chicago takes down Minnesota. We're tied up at 1-1. Minnesota takes game 3. Chicago takes game 4. Chicago takes game 5. And Chicago Cubs take game 6. Lamar King Jr., the 22-year-old backup catcher for them. If that's accurate, he made his MLB debut in the playoffs and his World Series MVP. It's accurate. He came in. He had never played a regular season MLB game. And he just got World Series MVP. That is incredible. That is going to be a fun fact, theoretically, 20 years down the line. He has yet to make an official debut in the MLB, and he is a World Series MVP with 3 home runs in 6 games. That's awesome. Well, we're going to go one more day because I want to get you guys retirement so that we don't have to cover them in the next episode. We'll go one more day. Just taking a minute to sim here, processing everything for the end of the season. I'm not expecting too many retirements. We don't really have older players. If we're going to lose anyone, it's going to be players from the minors that we just have in there for a little bit of the nostalgia factor. I'm really excited to keep on going, though, because I really think that we are set up for some long-term success. And I think that we could, honestly. I think we could push for some World Series. We're a really good team. We're one of the Final 4 standing this year. So we'll take a look right here. Our fan loyalty increased to a nice poor rating. Budget went up to 234. Owner was pretty happy, I would have to assume. Nate Eovaldi retired and is running for political office. My contract got extended with the Expos. We did lose Brink Ambler. We come over here, Lucas Ramirez remains the top prospect. Walker Jenkins is on there. Grady Emerson. So you see Braswell, Palmer. Offseason begins, arbitration begins, development begins. We have no one retiring. Not a single player from the MLB roster of 40 man's retiring. That's awesome. Baltimore has new ownership. RJ McCacklin. Looks like number one thing is we're going to be a fun club to watch, get good players, win a lot of games. He's charitable. Baltimore could be in for a dynasty. So they have all the youth talent. Aaron Boone gets fired. AJ Hinch gets fired. Jeff Greenberg's gone. Matt Quattaro's gone. Brad Meter. David Bell's gone. And John Schneider are all gone. We're bringing our team back because that was the best season in team history. When we see you guys next time, we're going to be checking out the free agent preview. We're going to be going over awards. We'll be preparing for yet another offseason in the hopes that our 4th season total will result in a World Series. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you guys next time.